field one morning to dig up some yams. While he was digging, one of the yams said to him,
"Well, at last you're here. You never weeded me, but now you come around with your digging stick. Go away and leave me alone."
The farmer turned around and looked at his cow in amazement. The cow was chewing her cud and looked at him.
"Did you say something?"
The cow kept on chewing and said nothing, but the man's dog spoke up.
"It wasn't the cow who spoke to you. It was the yam. The yam says leave him alone."
The man became angry because his dog had never talked before, and he didn't like his tone besides. So he took his knife and cut a branch from the palm tree to whip his dog. Just then, the palm tree said,
"Put that branch down."
The man was getting very upset about how things were going, and he started to throw the palm branch away, but the palm branch said,
"Man, put me down softly."
He put the branch down gently on a stone, and the stone said,
"Take that branch off of me."
This was enough, and the frightened farmer started to run for his village. On the way, he met a fisherman going the other way with a fish trap on his head.
"What's the hurry?"
My yam said leave me alone. Then the dog said listen to what the yam says. When I went to whip the dog with the palm branch, the tree said put that branch down. Then the palm branch said do it softly. Then the stone said take that thing off.
Is that all? That's not so scary. Well, did he take it off? Ah!
The fisherman shouted. He threw the fish trap on the ground and began to run with the farmer. And on the trail, they met a weaver with a bundle of cloth on his head.
Weaver.
What's the rush?
My yam said leave me alone. The dog said listen to what the yam says. The tree said put that branch down. The branch said do it softly. And the stone said take that thing off me.
And then my fish trap said, well, did he take it off?
That's nothing to get excited about. No reason at all. Oh, yes, it is. If it happened to you, you would run too. Wah!
The weaver shouted. He threw his bundle on the trail and started running with the other men. They came panting to the ford in a river and found a man bathing.
Are you guys chasing a gazelle?
My yam talked to me and it said leave me alone. My dog said listen to your yam. And when I cut a branch off a tree, the tree said put that branch down. And the branch said do it softly. And the stone said take that thing off me.
And my fish trap said, did he take it off?
And my cloth said you'd run too.
Is that why you guys are running? You can run too in their position.
The men jumped out of the water and began to run with the others. They ran down the main street of the village to the house of the chief. The chief's servants brought out his stool, and he came and sat on it to listen to their complaints. The men began to recite their troubles.
I went to my garden to dig yams. Then everything began to talk. My yam said leave me alone. My dog said pay attention to your yam. The tree said put that branch down. The branch said do it softly. The stone said take it off.
And the trap said, did he take it off?
My cloth said you'd run too.
And the river said the same.
The chief listened to them patiently, but he couldn't refrain from scowling.
Now this is a really wild story. You'd better all go back to your work before I punish you for disturbing the peace.
And so the men went away, and the chief shook his head and mumbled to himself.
Nonsense like this upsets the community. Fantastic, isn't it? Imagine a talking yam.
That was a stool.
That was
By the way.